Well, I think it's time to do some Edsby updates because I've been having some students asking me some questions and having some confusion on some different things related to Edsby. So I thought I'd go over and do a little tutorial on finding things on Edsby. So if you're using the internet-based Edsby program, which I'm hoping most of you are, then I'm going to go over that first. And I also sent myself some screenshots from the app from my phone. I sent it to the computer so that I could show you. It won't be as easy to follow because I'll be doing it of pictures on my computer, but it still will give you guys an idea because some of you are still confused that are using the app on how to do certain things on the app when it comes to replying to messages or sending private messages. So I'll go over some of that at the end. But let's get on to Edsby on the internet-based version. So I'm going to log in as a student. And I have a student that's in our class this time so that I could make sure that it is going to show you exactly what you guys need to see for your classes. So just give me 1 second. I wrote down the 596 508. Okay, so log in. So when you first log in, the first thing I want you guys to notice is across the top right here in the middle, this is kind of like announcements. Consider these like your morning announcements. So there's a bunch of different things in here. I don't think people are really paying attention to this as much as they should, but this is stuff being put out from the school. So guidance counselors, school administrators, the cafeteria is putting out some things onto here. So as you can see, there's things about the meals that are being provided by the school still, even though we're not there, they're providing food. There's information about the weekly Zooms that they're going to be doing. Some of you were aware of that last week. They're going to be doing them on Fridays, but I just want you guys to see that there's messages up here that are coming not from your teachers, but from other people at school. So you can look on here and there's just different information, things that you can click on. Like we're doing a virtual spirit week right now, which I know a lot of us are overwhelmed with just trying to figure out how this all is working, but we are trying to have some fun as we do this. So you can just click on these different announcements and see kind of what's going on. So you might see some new things pop up in this scroll here. Over here is a calendar. You don't really need to worry too much about this. It's kind of giving you like a rundown of your schedule. But that is there, and then it has this week like what your upcoming assignments are, so it has that going on over here as well. So when you want to view your classes, so let's go to find obviously my class. So I'm going to find where it says science. So if you're not in second period, obviously you find whatever period science you are in, and you want to not click on the my work because that'll be your specific assignments, and I'll go back to that later. But if you just want to see kind of what's going on in class, what assignments you have to do, what are the announcements that are happening for my specific class, you would click on the light blue part of that box. Now here is our science page. Now, if you're not in second period, yours is going to look almost exactly the same, maybe slightly different, but pretty much the same. So you'll see that over here on the left-hand side, there is a pinned items section. I can choose different posts that I want to pin and basically keep up here in this section, ones that I think are really important that will be helpful for you. So this is a post that I made last week, and it's doing a YouTube tutorial on how to view your science textbook. If you haven't viewed that yet, definitely check it out. It's going to be really helpful. So that's here. This is the pinned item right now. I can change that at any time, but right now this is what's pinned for you guys, is this YouTube tutorial. Down here you'll be able to see your classmates. Just has the different list of your classmates, and then underneath it's kind of like an outline of your different assignments. So it has all of the quarter 3 information, because this is all for semester 2 technically, even though we're only worrying about quarter 4. You can kind of see all of the assignments that were in here from quarter 3, and then you can see our new assignments down here that are for quarter 4, and then I have all of this week 1 assignments that we just started. So you can click on an assignment and it'll bring you to information that if there were a submission or anything like that, which we haven't talked about that yet, but you can click on those and it will provide more information. But I'm going to go back because we're not really worrying too much about that right now. I'm going to click on the name of the class period to get me back to that main page. Oh, okay. I think I need to click class to get back to where we were. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to click class. Now on here, you'll see that I have in the center a place to type notes, which I want you guys to try not to type in notes unless absolutely necessary. If you have questions or if I've told you to put a note on the page, then do it. But if you're just asking a question, then you definitely want to send me a private message, which I'll go over in a second. But this is where you would type a note that would post to the whole class page. So you have this week's information here. It goes by the most recently added information. So this is the most recently added post. So it goes back in time. But if someone makes a comment on something, then it kind of brings it to the top. So it puts things out of order a little bit. So I'm trying to stay on top of that and get rid of the extra comments. But here is this week's assignments. So I will always put the date of the first day of the week and then when the assignments are due. I have our big idea and our standards like I used to have on the board in our classroom. And then here are your assignments. So I have 5 assignments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5th one is the test, which I will post as I wrote. I will post it on Thursday. Don't want anybody doing it before they've completed most of the assignments. Then you just have to read what I have for each assignment, and it breaks it down and tells you where you need to go, what you need to click on. If there's anything to download, it will be down here at the bottom, and you can hover over it, then click download, and it'll allow you to download whatever documents are there. And then you can see some students are replying and writing comments underneath, which, as I said earlier with the adding notes to the page, I'd prefer you only write things on here that are things I've told you to put on there. So if you have questions, please try to send it to me in a private message. So as I said, I'll go over that in a little while. But as you scroll down, there's some other posts from me. You can like a post. So if I hover over the post, you'll see these little blue tabs come up. I can like a post, and you can see some of these people have liked them. And it's from all the different classes. You can also reply to a post. As I said earlier, try to only reply if I've told you to comment with an answer to something or something like that. And then there's a report inappropriate, which we're not going to worry about that because we're not going to have anything inappropriate. So that would be how you would like and reply to a post. I'm going to scroll back up. While you're still on this class page, you can click on My Work up in the right, and it'll bring up your assignments. I have not put any grades in for this quarter yet. So there's the one graded assignment it shows here. That was the pre-test, that practice test that I gave you guys. It doesn't count for anything. And you can see that I have put in 6 upcoming assessments. It's the assignments for this week. So you can click down here and see the assessments, the assignments. It says assessments, but it's any assignment. And then you can see that I've already put in the assignments that you're supposed to be completing this week. And it says it's due 5 days from now. So there's no grades or anything yet. But you can see next to them, it says blank out of 100. And then whenever I do submit your grades for these assignments, it'll show what your grade is. And if I put any comments or anything, it'll appear right below it. So this is the graded assignment that you guys took, that practice test. So it does show that there's a grade there, which doesn't count for anything, so no worries. So that's really what you need to worry about on viewing your grades. The planner tab isn't really that important for us right now, so let's go back to the class. And then if you want to send me a private message, that's really where I would like for you to be doing most of your question asking. And if you have things to send me that I have not told you to post onto the page, then you would click on this letter up here, little envelope, and you can create a new message by clicking this pencil, and you can put the name of the teacher that you want to send it to. Here I am, Bernstein, and then you can type hi or whatever your question is, and then click send. You can attach documents. If you have a picture of something or you have an assignment that you completed that you downloaded, you can click browse your computer and you can find that document that you have and you can attach it, and then you can send that to me as well. You can take a photograph of something. If you have a webcam or something like that, you can hold it up in front of the webcam, take a photo, and then send that. If you have an assignment that you need to send me and you want to do it that way, you can do it like that as well. So let's get back to Edsby's main page. I think I covered everything on here that I want to cover at this time. When you guys are going in to do well, if you're in my homeroom, I know everybody's homerooms are doing different attendance techniques, but if you're in my homeroom, what you want to do is you'll want to click on, and most of you are doing it correctly, but make sure you go to the homeroom tab and then comment, reply. I should say not comment, they use the word reply on here. So you'll want to reply directly below the post. I know a lot of people have been making that mistake, so let me just clarify that. When you want to reply to something, you want to make sure that you go to that post, as I showed earlier, and then reply underneath that post. Don't create a new note and share that. It just makes the page get really jumbled and confusing. So if you're using a mobile device, if you're going on the app, I can show you a really quick couple things so that you can understand how to navigate your way through Edsby as well. As I said, I really recommend you go on the website. It's going to be a lot easier, but I know some of you just can't. So just pay attention real quick for a couple things that you can do on the app. I have a couple screenshots. So when you log into the app, it's going to show you a page. Oh, not like that. I got to find the page that's the first page. It'll look like this. Does it want to show it? Of course not. I'm going to pause for a second. All right, sorry about that. So when you log into the mobile app, it will look something like this. You can still see that little message part at the top where you can click different messages, like your morning announcements, like I said. You can click those. There's important information coming out from the school. And then you can see that at the bottom, you have different things that you can go to. So you have your classes, you have groups, which don't really apply to you guys right now. You have messages, your calendar, and your notifications. So really all you need to worry about on the app is the classes and the messages. So if you want to view your classes, you would click right here where it has the word classes, and it'll bring up a page that looks like this. And it will have your list of classes. Now, these are all my science classes. Yours will all be different, so don't worry about the averages, but it has your list of classes here. And then if you want to view an actual class of what the different posts that are being made in there, you'd actually have to click on the name of the class. So in the space right next to it, you would click on, because you don't want to click on my name, but you'd want to click in the space right next to it. And for you guys, instead of there being an average right here, it would say my work. That's where if you want to view your specific grades on each assignment, you would click right here where it says my work. But if you want to view the class itself, you would click right here next to the name of the class, and it'll bring up the class page. So this is what it might look like on your app. So you would have the posts that are here. It looks a little bit different than on the website, but you could scroll down and you would be able to see all the posts that are on here and people's comments. And then instead of having it be underneath the posts, on the app, if you want to like something or comment something, you see this little plus sign right here. You would click on that, and that would bring you to have a little menu pop up at the bottom where you can reply, you can like the post, and then if it's something you posted, you could edit it, you could delete it, but it's showing this for me because I'm the one that posted it. But you'd want to be able to reply or like is really all you guys need to worry about. And then back on the main page where it had this list here, you can see that there you can view the people in the class, you can view upcoming assignments under the calendar, and then you can also click down here at the bottom where it says messages, and that's how you can send a private message to your teacher. So if you would click there, it would bring up this page where you can see that there are messages. You can create a new message up here, you can click on an old message, and you can send a private message to a teacher. So I hope this was helpful. I hope I didn't confuse you guys even more. I'm trying my best to provide as many of these tutorials as possible. So if I feel like there's some more stuff, which there probably will be in the future, that I want to go over, I will definitely be creating more of these. So hope everybody's doing well with their e-learning, and keep asking those questions in the private messages, and we're going to get through this together.